I'm Shalini, and in this video I'm taking over Bangalore. See, the thing is, we all have these preconceived opinions about other states and cities, but these opinions and cultural stereotypes are usually based on other people's experiences, not our own. So how about we go and learn about Bangalore from the people who actually live here? We're going to ask them about stereotypes, food, places to go, dating life, work life, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. There's much to be said about Bangalore, but if you only had to use 3 words, how would you do it?
Happening, very accepting, and just like such fun people around.
Money, women, and drugs. Weather, pollution, and traffic.
It's chaotic, unpredictable, but full of opportunities. Professionalism and party.
It's unexpected and coolness and more about traffic.
You see, we have a lot more to explore in Bangalore.
And Sarnika isn't wrong. There is definitely a lot to explore in Bangalore. And what better place to start exploring than the Bangalore Museum itself? At one point in history, everybody wanted a slice of this beautiful city. It all started when the Vijayanagar Empire first arrived at the scene, and later the Mughals, who made themselves at home for quite some time until the British East India Company seized control. There's so many sculptures here and they're like so freaking detailed. It's insane just thinking about how much time it must have taken to make something like that. I feel like they could have done a better job at the lighting because some of these things are not well lit. There's an alligator sitar. I don't know sitar or what it is. Makara Veena. Maybe that's the one. But it's an alligator. That's so cool. Okay, now this is my jam. I mean, we've got swords. We've got so many cool looking daggers. Hello. What is that? Gunpowder holder. Okay. Bullet molder. That's a bullet? Bro? Some other notable names that you'll come across is Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan, who directed the building of the Lal Bagh Botanical Gardens in 1760. I mean, look at this place. No wonder Bangalore has the reputation as the garden city of India. Well, that was a lot of exploring, and exploring makes me deathly hungry.
But in terms of food, I am really enjoying the food here.
Any recommendations?
I know I just really love, I'm a non-vegetarian, so I love flavors like Malabar, chicken, chettinad, spicy non-vegetarian food. I love it. I'm open to new flavors and everything.
We mostly like South Indian chicken flavors, but South Indian
chicken fish,
recipes.
mutton,
Whatever.
Whatever's in front of me.
So definitely Church Street.
There are a lot of bookstores like nice.
Definitely Blossoms.
Blossoms, very nice.
Blossoms, you get like old books, new books, and it's like a huge. I'm like so proud of Blossoms. Like I stay in a city where there's Blossoms. I love it, and you get postcards saying Blossom, and I collect postcards. So yeah. At Bob's.
In Koramangala.
Indiranagar. Go to Indiranagar for like. Yeah, there's Magnolia Bakery. Yeah, so
that's one of a kind thing.
Yeah, like that's a New York-based bakery, and there's only one Magnolia, which is so there are 2. Like recently they opened another. Yeah, here only. Like it's in Whitefield basically, or was it Phoenix? Whatever.
But in Bangalore.
Yeah, only in Bangalore you get Magnolia.
Come to Bangalore.
And go to Truffles, man, amazing
Food is
food.
so good. It's pretty economical.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's just so good food, desserts, everything.
Yeah.
It's
Go. And if you want to party, there's Koramangala 5th block. Just
And
come
also,
here.
Like those counters, I think they have all over Bangalore, 99 variety dosa counters.
Oh yes.
They have such amazing variety of dosas, like Mysore masala dosa and Mysore cheese dosa. And it's very good. And it's very affordable. Extremely affordable.
Yeah.
So affordable. Like 90 rupees.
Amazing meals.
Fills you
Like
up.
sometimes I'm like so broke, I'll be like, "Theek hai yaar, dosa for dinner it is."
I think that's like a college kid's haven.
And what are some pros and cons of living in Bangalore?
Okay, pros would be like the weather for sure. It has amazing weather. I've been here for 5 years, so you guys need to trust me here when I say it's actually really nice. But then we also say that Bangalore weather is bipolar weather because we don't know. Sometimes it's just like sunny as can I say the word? Yeah, and then suddenly it's raining and you wouldn't know and you don't even like carry umbrella all the time. So you'll be like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? Probably get drenched in the water.
This is me seeking shelter because it started raining and I got drenched, honey.
That and probably I think the cons will be the language barrier. Yeah, because people here, especially with like they don't know how to speak in Hindi. They're not that like they don't know how to speak in English. They just know Kannada.
Right.
And that's a bit of like, you know, for outsiders it's pretty difficult to like have yeah.
The traffic is definitely a con. Yeah. Also, I think recently we've been facing issues with trying to book like Uber and Ola and Rapidos. Like you just keep on cancelling or you just never get an auto and it's a little frustrating. And also the metro connectivity is so poor.
Right.
I remember I wanted to go to Lalit and the closest metro I have is Indiranagar and that was like $90. And then I get down to the station, then I go to Lalit through an auto. Rather if I take a taxi from here to Lalit, it was like the same cost. Then what's the use of a metro?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like especially if you're like in Koramangala or NFR areas, like you don't even have a near metro station.
Yeah, the Indiranagar one is the closest one.
Yeah, because
Pretty
I
fun.
was planning to go to IKEA and then I was told that it's like बहुत दूर है, like
IKEA's entire marketing was like it's near a metro station, which is also at the end of the city.
Exactly.
Nagasandra is like the last stop. So yeah, it's like 40-50 minutes journey by
Like
metro.
a day out, completely day out.
Any cultural shocks?
Oh my god.
I think that's not about Bangalore, but it's just about the startup culture of Bangalore that you can wear chappals to office.
Oh.
I mean, everyone wears chappals to office. So.
Day drinking.
What do you mean? I'm so used to it.
Dry state, so alcohol itself is a
drinking.
cultural shock.
So far, what do you feel like? What are some stereotypes about Bangalore that are like completely wrong and people just say that, but it's not entirely true?
Okay, so for some reason, me coming from Calcutta, I don't think the traffic is as bad as people say it is because I'm kind of used to such bad traffic. Like, it'll literally take me, like, let's say 20 minutes of worth of journey will take me some 1 hour to come back from school, 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, like, here I was like, okay, matlab, it's bad, but like, it's not like as bad as people say so.
There's that whole idea about like Bangalore being like the tech capital, but like there are space for other people who do not belong to tech. So it's not like just for those people. There's space for everybody in Bangalore.
True.
Right.
Bangalore is very welcoming.
Yeah, extremely accepting.
What are some stereotypes that you had heard about it before, but now that you're here, you're like, okay, that is true.
So the weather was like like for the longest time my friends have told me that Bangalore acha hai hai, which I couldn't really relate to because I've been in Delhi and it's like extreme cold and extreme heat. So I thought that okay, these guys are hyping it too much. So that was something that I was like pleasantly surprised with. Traffic and weather are the two most things I hate and love about Bangalore. So yeah, it was actually that much. Like when we stand-up comedians and everybody says कि Bangalore में रुके रहते हो आप, so I felt that makes sense.
I think traffic, but I have never really experienced the traffic. Maybe I've just been extremely lucky
Or
in
cabs,
Bangalore.
or walking.
Well, I walk too much in this Bangalore life, so maybe that's why.
The airport is fucking far.
Too far.
It is. Literally, I missed one flight because I overestimated myself and it took me like 2.5 hours to reach the airport like in the middle of the day.
Yeah. It is.
It was
quite
really
far.
sad.
And I think also like the rickshaw people are like a little too expensive, yeah. So
Bro, they
can
just
actually
charge us like so much.
it's like literally $100 for 4 steps.
That thing,
And
exactly.
they'll just like say it blatantly on your face like, where is this audacity coming
Whatever
from?
number comes to their mind, they'll just quote it.
I would like to know like what's it like working in Bangalore compared to Delhi?
A lot less abuses,
Wow, true.
a lot more traffic, and yeah, I wish the food was better.
Oh, Delhi has.
Delhi has better food. Yeah.
Bangalore, I feel like we have a lot of opportunities since there are a lot of startups. They give a chance to all these people, all these bachelors, and everyone. They give this chance, and then it's a great opportunity for everyone. So and that's how I got myself a job or internship, and the working environment is amazing. People are really nice, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
And since you're studying here, I wanted to know, like, what is your review of the education system here?
Let's say I'll give you a very simple example. Like my friend, we were in UG together. So she sat for the placements in UG level, and she got placed into Goldman Sachs. But like, I don't think you can expect the same back home in Calcutta, where you can't like land a job in Goldman Sachs with a UG degree. Definitely sex education, and so for this semester I have gender studies as my paper. So that's definitely something everybody need to learn, like basic things like sexualities, being inclusive, accepting other people's identities, and all of that is very important. So yeah, gender studies for sure.
I think the education system is good, but I think gender studies course should be made compulsory. So like every course out there, it should be a compulsory elective for everyone to study. It's very important, and yeah, I mean Bangalore is quite aware compared to other cities, but clarity.
So tell me about the dating scene in Bangalore. Like, where are people meeting up?
I would say, okay, previously when I first came here, Tinder was the thing. Like, yeah, everybody was using Tinder, and like everybody meets people through Tinder. A lot of times, actually, social media and all of these things has become so common. People hardly meet,
Organically.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, yeah, that and over the time, I think Bumble is another app these days people use frequently. And
I've had some adventurous dates here. I feel like since Hinge is coming into the scene, stay away from Bumble. I don't know, the crowd is getting weird nowadays. I've had some good dates as well as weird ones. Like this one guy, one time he was like, why don't we go to your place? Like literally the first time I'm meeting, and within the first 5 minutes, because he was so tired from his work. And I was like, how about we do not? Like, let's go to some pub or something. We can like sit or something. I was like, you know what? I think you should probably leave. But like, yeah, that was a really weird date. But other than that, like, there's this dude I'm hanging out with recently. Like, he's really nice. So, also, like, sometimes you just click. Like, my friend who's having an amazing, thriving dating scene. She met her boyfriend at Knowhere, by the way.
Okay. So people do go out to these pubs and places and meet people there.
And how would you describe the nightlife in Bangalore?
oh, it's lit. It's fun. It's actually really fun. Like weekends where we all go out, we hang out, and then we all go explore. We just like explore all the party places. I would love to suggest you guys one probably. Bombay Adda. I actually like that.
Where is it?
It's in Koramangala.
Koramangala.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we used to go to this one also, Tipsy, where back then they used to give us free drinks to to everyone, and then it used to be super cool. But then they stopped, so now it's not cool. So I won't recommend that.
How's the nightlife here compared to Delhi?
It's quite nice compared to Delhi. I think it's much more happening here, much more safer here, which is kind of sad reality. Yeah.
Safety is pretty good, but
Yeah.
sometimes I feel that places close a little too early.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Yes.
say.
So like, if you want to go to places which have like all night party scene, so it's very difficult to find such, and it's very far away. Everything is Bangalore is very far away. So, so
I think
that's-
that was the one thing that I was like very shocked about, because at 12 the person was like, we're closing. Like, what do you mean? It's 12.
We're just getting started.
Exactly.
There are some places which are like filled with like older men, which we kind of like, we know the places where they hang out, and like we kind of steer clear, because sometimes it gets really uncomfortable. Like
Can you let us know the place basically?
Koramangala block.
Koramangala.
Definitely, like the crowd.
Where should we go there?
It's called Knowhere. It's in Banaswadi. and it's literally so far, like none of my friends here in college would want to go there because it's like 12, 13 kilometers. And in Bangalore, traveling like 4 kilometers is like, wow, that's like a lot. So, but like the crowd there is really nice. Let's say if you compare it with a place like, let's say, Tipsy, it's kind of, you'll know it yourself, that's it. And nightlife is pretty good, like all these places like Tico and Knowhere, Daddy, all those, great vibe.
A lot has been said about Bangalore, and I'm sure there's a lot more left to be said. One thing's for sure, that Bangalore is a lot more than just startups, tech, and beer. It's got this easygoing vibe which is surprising for a metro city. There's beautiful architecture all around, loads of iconic markets and shopping centers for retail therapy. And if the hyped nightlife is not your scene, then drop down to the gorgeous gardens to find some peace. Not to forget all the adorable doggos that you'll get to become friends with.
They started just following me out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, look at them. Oh, we have another friend. Hell's yeah.
So if biryani and lassi shops on every corner, good picnic weather, bookstores, or freshly brewed beer is your thing, then you just can't miss visiting the city.
Shalini and Manaswani reporting live from the Christ University. We have snuck in with a
And that's Mansi's ID. Let's go!
like me and my friends just we were speaking from there. I'm like, oh my god, her red concert. I was all together like, thank you so much. You too. Oh my god, thank you so much. Mission accomplished, and Manaswani is the shit. Okay, like you gotta find Manaswani if you wanna get shit done.